Political reports that the U.S. officials quietly supported escalation in Lebanon, including apparently the assassination of Hezbollah chief Nasrallah. Could you comment on that?
So we were not aware of that attack, that incident, before it happened. Mm-hmm. So we could not possibly quietly support something of which we were not aware. Now, to be clear, we support bringing Hassan Nasrallah to justice. That is true. Yeah. We made clear that he's a brutal terrorist with the blood of Americans, the blood of Israelis, the blood of Lebanese, Syrians on his hands. So we do support, but in advance, we weren't aware of that. So it's possible to support something that you didn't know was happening.
Okay, so you were not aware of the logistics, but you are supportive of the action.
Well, I don't know what you mean by logistics.
Okay,
we were not aware before it happened.
Time and place and method. Those are the logistics. Okay, but let me just ask you a follow-up to a question that I asked yesterday that relates to what you're saying. I mean, Matt, I was in this room in March 2004 when Israel assassinated Sheikh Yassin. 2 months later, when they assassinated Rantisi. Probably around this town when they assassinated Busawi. I mean, there's a record of assassinations, and that has not gotten Israel anywhere. What we see that Hamas has gotten much stronger. Hezbollah has gotten a lot stronger. It seems that they are doing everything except looking at the cause of the problem, which is the occupation, a military occupation of a people that it's been overdue for them to be free from the yoke of occupation. Do you agree with that?
So I spoke to this in response to a nearly identical question from you yesterday, and I will make clear, look, obviously there is a long history of conflict in this region, and we will continue to make clear that Israel has the right and the responsibility to defend itself from terrorism. It is the same right that every country has, and every country, if it had a terrorist just across the border, a terrorist organization just across from its borders attacking it, would take action to defend itself. I don't think that is a innovative or should be even a controversial statement. But we also are very clear that we believe the long-term way to ensure stability in the region, and really the short-term way too, is the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. We made quite clear. That's been the position of the United States for some time, and is the position of this administration.
Okay, so you agree then that Israel has an obligation to end this occupation. It's time to end this occupation and allow people to have their own freedoms, their own level of integrity, measure integrity, that like the president.
We absolutely do want to see the establishment of an independent Palestinian state where Palestinians can choose their own future. Now, while that obviously requires some very important steps by Israel, and it requires a change of direction from the government of Israel, there are steps that would require the Palestinians to take as well.
Okay, one last question. Senator Graham, and apparently there's been much talk about this, is saying that we should take out Iran's oil facilities and so on. Is that a good idea? Would that, create, total chaos and maybe similar retaliatory for something that is really a major U.S. interest?
So we are discussing with Israel the scope and nature of their response, and I think I'll leave those discussions private.